This bill.
I call the Honourable Leanne Dalzell.
Mr Chairman, thank you for the opportunity to address the committee stages of the Fair Trading Soliciting on behalf of Charities Amendment Bill. As the former chair of the Commerce Select Committee who was chairing the meetings that dealt with this particular piece of legislation, I thought it was appropriate to respond to a comment just made by the member who's just resumed his seat. I think, to be fair, and actually I think my colleague Phil Twyford actually is correct in terms of the content. You know, I mean, legislation that doesn't have substance within it is hollow. I can't think of any other description for it. And the reason that it's hollow is because it was not possible in the framework of a private member's bill to deal with the substantive issues that needed to be dealt with in order to cover the issues that need to be addressed. And we think that it is important. I think we on this side of the House do think it's important to address this issue. Do we think this is ideal? No, we don't. Are we supporting the bill? Yes, we are. But largely because it will only sit in place for a very short period of time, and it will be subsumed, as it were, by the consumer law review legislation that will travel its way through the House over the next wee while. And I think that bill's already gone to a select committee. It has. So, and during the context of that legislation, I think we will be able to see this matter addressed. So, in actual fact, we may never see the regulations passed under this bill because it is. It really came down to a point. There were two pieces of legislation that came to our select committee that were ahead of the consumer law review, and it was decided that one of them would be held back and it would basically sit within the review itself, and the other one, this one, in the name of the Honourable Amy Adams, as she is now, she was very keen for it to progress. And I think one of the main justifications for us agreeing to that request was the belief that there were some important public interest issues that should be put out there and increase people's awareness. And that would enable people to ask the question, how much of my charity dollar is going to the charity? Because I think that one of the points that has been made several times over in the debate thus far is that there is often a considerable cost in getting that donor who's then going to commit to donating for the rest of their life. There are people, who continue to pay, an ongoing, tithing or something to a church or to a local charity or to Greenpeace or something like that, Oxfam. Where there's a considerable amount of upfront cost, and the agencies that do this work actually do charge a lot. But once you've got somebody basically once you've got somebody hooked on a regular payment is the word I was looking for.
Would you like me to help you?
Yes, I would love your assistance. It would actually be a rare and unusual event for you to be giving me a hand, Trevor. So, sorry, but the point that I'm making is that once you've got people onto regular payments, it actually operates on that inertia basis, that it actually means it's more trouble to go and end the automatic payment than it is to just carry on with the payment. And so I think it is a very important issue to bring to people's attention, but I don't think people should get completely bogged down in the idea that just because there is a commercial operation that enables people to come into that giving program, that there is somehow something wrong with that, because I don't think that is the case. I think a lot of large charities internationally rely on those commercial operations to make that initial contact for them, and they get paid well for that, but then the benefits flow on to the organisation for a long time to come. So I don't think we'll ever see regulations passed under this legislation, but it's been a very useful exercise in order to bring public attention to an issue that is of concern, and that is how much of their money that they're giving for charity is actually going to the charity. And when you're actually making that donation in a very direct way, I think people are entitled to know the answer.
I call the Honourable Member Michael Woodhouse.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.